It's Memorial Day, everybody. I hope you're spending time with friends and family. Today we're gonna go over some new knives that we got for the week and whatever this is. Hey everybody, it's Theo. George is on paternity leave right now, so I'm taking over for him for this week. But we're just gonna do everything as normal. He'll be back next week, so don't worry about it. So to start things off today, we've got a couple of options from Petrified Fish. Starting off with the Mikado. It's kind of like if you watch Transformers or anything like that, it's very Bumblebee-esque. I'm a fan of this one. It's a bit chunky, so like if you're more of somebody who's into those like chunkier knives, you're missing the days of a little bit heavier piece of gear in your pocket. This is definitely something with a lot of flash and style, but it definitely has got some heft to it. Overall, you're looking at 8.27 inches. The blade length is 3.58. And this one's got K110 steel, so if you're familiar with D2, this is just a bowler specific D2. Something that was a little strange about this one is the pocket clip. I couldn't find any information on our site or on their site, and it seems to be that it's titanium. Got a piece of brass here to compare because I wasn't sure if that was the case, and I took a magnet to it. It doesn't stick, so I'm thinking that's titanium. And this one is $58.95 at bladehq.com. Next up, we got another Petrified Fish. This one's called the Morse. This is a front flipper only. It's got some Morse code on it. Unfortunately, we couldn't figure out what it was. The spacing on some of these made it so we were a little bit confused about what it might be. So if you have any ideas, we'd love to hear about it down in the comments section. This one's got 154 cm, so it's a little bit nicer step up from some of the other Petrified Fish that you usually see. And this one, like I said, 154 cm. It's got dual G10, so it's got like an overlay of one color. So we've got a few different ones you can get, like a red. I think there's a green and this white one here, but they've got the black underneath. Inset liner lock, and this one is 7.625 overall, 3.3 inch blade. One reason we have the bag out here with it is it's got a little bit nicer bag than the usual Petrified Fish. If you get those, you usually know that they come in the kind of like that brown cardboard box. This one's got the cardboard box, but it's also got this nice zipper pouch with a little interesting fish tag with it. This one you can get for $69.95 at bladehq.com. And next up, we got the Civivi Baby Banter, but a little bit nicer version. So this one's got some nice blue thumb studs, a really interesting pattern on the Damascus here. It's almost like a raindrop or like a snake pattern. And then some peel-plied G10 carbon fiber laminate. And it looks really nice and reflective. And you've got the G10 along with it, so you know you have that rigidity, and it looks nicer, but it's not gonna break the bank. This one is $84.75, so just a little bit over the budget range, but still a great piece, and it's kind of more of that gentleman's carry kind of look to it. If you're curious about the specs, in case you haven't handled a Baby Banter before, it's 5.46 inches overall and 2.34 inch blade, and that's including the forward choil there. Next up, another Civivi. This one is the GTC designed Hypersonic. I believe it's based on his Supersonic custom model. GTC is out of Brazil. I'm half Brazilian myself, so it's a little bit of a nice thing to see. These ones actually have a few different colorways you can go with. So this is the black G10 inlays and gray stonewash, sort of like stonewash bead blast kind of mix. But there's also like a green and black and a red and black. And these overall length are 8.74 inches and a 3.7 inch blade. They come in at $89.25, and like I said, this is kind of just a production version of his customs. They're really interesting. This is a frame lock. I'm a fan of his designs, just the aesthetic lines he's got going on. These are pretty cool to me. Last for the folders, we got the Dagger Sting. This one's an auto, so it's just a button lock auto like any of your standard button lock autos. We just push the button, it launches it right out. This one's a little bit softer at shooting, but it does come up pretty quick, so it's not like slapping around in your hand. Aluminum overlays on this one. Size, you're looking at 8 inches overall and a 3.5 inch blade. It's pretty nice. It feels a lot like the Arrow model that they have. It's just an auto version. The grind is a little bit different. I think you got a hollow grind here rather than the more spear point double grind sort of situation they have in the Arrow. But if you're familiar with that model, you'll be right at home with this one. And the same kind of skull clip that people are used to and love. I'm kind of curious, the first time that George and I talked about one of these together, like several months ago, I had mentioned that the clip is Chavez-esque, and somebody corrected me saying that Dagger is more popular. So I'm kind of curious if you guys think that Dagger is more known for their skull clips, or is that more of a Chavez thing? And these come in at just 99 even on BladeHQ.com. Last, we've got the Topz Elchete. This is a really, really beefy chopper. The whole point of this one is just to be a chopper. So 17.5 inches overall, 12-inch blade. It's a little bit shorter just because of the ricasso choil area there, but this thing is a 1/4 inch thick of 1095. So if you can see how thick that is, especially like, we'll put it next to the baby Banter. It's a thick piece of steel. So you can tell this thing is definitely made for just chopping. That's all it's really for. I mean, you can do other things you need to. If you want to strike a ferro rod, it is 90 degrees on the back, you could strike it. But if you're getting through some thick brush or just wanting to have something a little more blade than an axe or a hatchet, this will definitely do the job for you. You got micarta handles with a couple different colors in there. So the red, black, and kind of like a tannish, greenish color. So it's definitely comfortable in hand, and I imagine if you're using this to chop, you would definitely have a comfortable time doing so. You know, no hot spots or anything like that. Really comfortable. And this one's a USA made one. These come in at $219.95 on BladeHQ.com. And again, that was 17.5 inches overall, 12-inch blade if you're curious. Well, thank you for coming to take a look today. I know that we have a little bit smaller selection than usual, but you guys are gonna get a bunch of great content over at Blade Show, so look forward to that. Again, if you have any questions about anything, we're happy to answer them. Again, if you could help us out with what the Morse code is on the Morse here, I'll show it again just so you can have a little bit of a B-roll of that. The Morse code, and then again, the Chavez clip. If you have any information about that, we'd love to know. So thanks for watching, appreciate it. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you on the next one, and George will be happy to see you there too.